Winning Time, Episode 6, Memento Mori. In the opening scene, we see Paul Westhead get stood up for tennis, and he walks in on Pat Reilly using Jack's Betamax. The fact that I'm saying Betamax is
crazy
as fuck. They begin to have some tequila while speaking about the apprentice dilemma, which is largely ironic considering what's about to happen to both Pat and Paul.
Yeah.
Magic is hearing pitches from Converse, Adidas, and Puma.
Should have went with Nike, dog.
You know?
Should have went with Nike.
All of them sharing two major similarities in their pitches. One, Earvin's out, Magic is in. And two, we already have a verbal commitment from Larry Bird. Literally all of them said that.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, a square finds his way amongst Magic's good graces and shares similarities with them, being that they're both new in their respective fields. In other words, they're rookies. And not only that, but Homeboy is actually calling him Earvin instead of Magic. This gentleman, a former track athlete, along with a business partner, has designed a shoe that is lighter, which provides a bit more freedom for an athlete to be an athlete. The gentleman happens to be Phil Knight, who later becomes the co-founder and CEO of Nike, and he has designed the Nike Magic exclusively for Magic.
Should have went with Nike, dog. Showed that damn thing when it started, 18 cents a share. And now it's what, like 180?
Currently, it's at 134 or something.
134, like that, yeah. Like, damn, nigga. Oh my god, it's a difference of like $5 billion.
You know.
Oh,
now granted, he probably would have sold some of that at some point.
But
man, yeah, no.
Maybe not. I mean, knowing Magic,
he
he probably would have sold it. But
I don't think he would have sold all of it. But I think he would have probably sold a good amount of it at some point.
Billions, big B, billions of dollars.
Jack is in the hospital as Paul walks in. Paul is absolutely trash at consoling Jack's wife. Understandable. The doctor walks in and discusses options, including quality of life, meaning things aren't going too well for Jack at the moment, which causes Paul to freak the fuck out.
Yeah, man. I guess I like that Jack gave Paul Westhead, a shot, but he was just clearly unqualified for the moment. Like, clearly from the minute that all of this started happening, it was clear that wasn't going to last very long.
Yeah.
It was very clear that dynamic was never going to last.
For sure. Jeanie Buss is enjoying a meal at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Jack Nicholson, actor and famed Laker fan, buys Jerry a bottle of champagne in front of a couple of bank execs, which apparently Jerry had to bribe him with season tickets in order to get him to do that. Isn't it crazy to see how that turned out?
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't missed many Lakers games in a while.
Yeah, no.
Jack Nicklaus is a staple of the Forum formerly, and now a staple of the the Staples Center, and then now he's a staple of the Crypt. Nope, we'll call it the Crypt right now until they win something there. It's the Crypt.
Yikes. Jeanie Buss and Frank propose a plan to not pay the loan and have it extended until the end of the season, as well as having the bank provide another line of credit on top of their current debt. Claire shows up and tells Jerry that there's no food or drinks at the stadium because Jerry's out here overdrafting his account. Which we will.
It's just crazy that this man was running a team that had Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's writing IOUs.
Yeah.
Like, man, that just really goes to show you that everything that glitters ain't gold, y'all, man. Like, that shit is really crazy. This is the birth of the Showtime Lakers, the Forum. You got all of this stuff, and it just screams money, and he has none of it.
For the second time in less than a year, Wood Harris and his brother Steve Harris are both in the same TV show. Wood Harris plays Spencer Haywood, and his brother Steve plays Dr. Day in the next scene that we'll discuss. They were also in BMF and even had some scenes together. The guy who played...
No. They're brothers?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yep.
The perpetual black male wife beater, the perpetual bad guy. That's Wood Harris' brother.
Yep.
Hey, yo, my mind is blown, dog. My mind is blown.
They had already worked together in BMF. And they even had scenes together in BMF.
Yo, I never knew that they were brothers.
Yep. Magic in the series is not the savvy businessman that we know him to be today. And so obviously he needs a little bit of help. His girl, Cindy, sets up a meeting with her father, Dr. Thomas Day. He provides Magic with some decent advice, including keeping his nose clean as Earvin from alcohol, drugs, and women to preserve the image of Magic. Any thoughts on that scene there?
I mean, that's solid advice. It's solid advice. I think him, sideways pimping his daughter onto Magic Johnson is a little nuts. Yeah. Saying that,
Yeah.
But maybe that's what he's trying to provide. Like, here, let me help with the image with my beautiful daughter, which is insane. Pimping. Yeah, which is insane.
Dr. Buss meets up with his mom to discuss the checks sent from the wrong bank, and she is freaking out about the smell of what seems to be a dead animal in the house. She's got the doors open, trying to blow the smell out of her house, which Jerry promptly closes. He starts to discuss the checks from the bank they left 5 years ago, and he notices that the transfer papers for the Lakers are still on her table that she was supposed to file a month ago, which is a problem because the loan might be due the next day.
Sheesh. Yeah, she's slipping. This, compared with the forgetting about the home opener, is starting to give off some concern.
Yeah.
What's going on here up top. Because, like, even her explanation was a little wild. Like, yeah, he's going to leave as soon as he has what he wants. Okay, well, even if you feel that way, you can't go to the basketball game? Like, what the fuck are you doing right now? But this is worse because now we're talking about business, like responsibilities.
Yeah.
And you're at home airing out your house with all the windows and doors open.
Yeah. Yep. Things seem to be going pretty bad with Jack. The top of his head is in a freezer to stop his brain from swelling, and the next few hours are going to be crucial for him in his recovery. Jerry doesn't want word of how serious things are to get out and can't postpone games because of the loan. This means Paul, who Jerry calls Pete, is coaching, and he's only got one job. Don't fucking lose.
Thanks, Jerry. That's going to help. That's definitely going to help. But I mean, we hired you for this eventuality. Like, we hired you in the case that, the head guy isn't able to go, that you would be able to steer the ship. So steer it.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do the thing. Like, no one wants to hear it. No one wants to hear your excuses. Oh, I'm unprepared. I'm not. I'm not Jack. Well, we didn't hire Jack .2. We hired Paul Westhead. So, do the thing.
Yeah. Yep. Jerry freaks out before meeting the execs, but when the lights are on, it's fucking showtime. No pun intended. Supposedly, a real doctor, Dr. Mike, is trying to push crack to the table of Lakers and their companions. Magic and Cindy turn it down because they're from Lansing, which means absolutely nothing.
I think back at that time, because if you can even see this from Snowfall, crack spread in the cities faster than it did out to the country. So they, just similar to how Arkansas was an offshoot from what was going on in California, Lansing looking at it like, oh, no, see, that's that bullshit out there. They getting swept up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we don't do that shit over here. I'm from Lansing. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody do that shit back here yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Wait till Detroit get up and going, boys.
Right. Mike Epps with a sore throat, a.k.a. Richard Pryor, walks in and jokes about him and Magic being white famous. However, in a side conversation, Richard basically explains the dark side of said white fame and that Earvin is out and Magic is in. And lo and behold, Jerry Buss sells Magic to the bank execs.
So, side note, his wife, Richard Pryor's wife, is not a fan of the portrayal, of the winning time from Mike Epps, which is shocking because wasn't Mike doing a doc about, or a film, a biopic about Richard Pryor?
Yeah, no, I can kind of see the issue. Like I said, it sounds like Mike Epps just has a sore throat. Doesn't really sound like Richard Pryor all that much.
Well,
kind
but
of looks like him, but
he's the one tasked to make the movie of your husband's life. So like,
yeah, no, I get it.
Maybe we should have raised this issue
a lot sooner.
A little while ago.
Yeah, I don't think he has the. There's like a an inflection in Richard Pryor's voice. It's almost like Cosby-ish, and it's a little bit higher pitched than what Mike was.
Mike sounds like he's trying to be Richard Pryor instead of playing Richard Pryor. It sounds like he's trying to impersonate him as if instead of becoming Richard Pryor, which is what a actor, does.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep. A lot of people get into Magic's ears about different shit. I mean, Richard Pryor obviously kind of mentioned some things to him, even though Richard Pryor's was a little bit more positive.
Mm-hmm.
Now Magic is getting earworms from the bank execs about Nike and his girl Cindy about selling autographs. You start to see that early on. He clearly had some issue with people with basically their tongue in his ear and their hands out.
Mm-hmm.
And he clearly doesn't know who to trust, especially since he's a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So he's kind of having some issues with knowing who to trust.
That's how it go, man. Money will bring those type of people out.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Dr. Buss got the execs drunk and ready to go with these women, which he then gets offered a 6-month extension on his loan at 30%.
30%. There you go. Which is outrageous. It's fucking
garbage.
Outrageous. Half the fiscal year and we want 30% interest. Huh?
Whew.
That is.
Boy, howdy. But Dr. Buss accepts as long as the extension can go to June, because he knows that the Lakers will win the championship in May, which will cause the bank to beg them to stay. Which is hilarious because, if I'm not mistaken, the forum eventually gets called the Great Western Forum at some point. So he must have done something right.
Yeah, he worked something out.
Despite being a bad choice, Jerry at least provides good advice on dealing with the media to Paul. And after briefly winning them over, the press starts asking more pressing questions about Jack.
Jerry starts fucking folding.
Since Jerry told Paul to go to his comfort zone, Paul starts talking Shakespeare, and the press is absolutely confused.
What? Huh? Like, I have to look up these interviews and see if it actually went down like that.
Pat Reilly tries to help Paul through his shit show, as Paul doesn't even know whether he wants to start Cooper Haywood.
I still don't. You know what? I got some clarification on this as well, though. Spencer Haywood played the 4. He was only 6'6".
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking modern day 4s, 6'9" and above, 6'8", 6. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Long pterodactyls. These were normal mortal men. If you were 6'6" something, if you were 6'6", 6'5", you could play the forward back then.
That makes sense. With Magic being 6'9" and playing the point
guard, and it was such a shit. Mm-hmm. He's being the post.
Yeah.
Because that's all they saw. But that's why there's some interchangeability between Spencer Haywood and Michael Cooper. I absolutely hated that he got his white boy feelings hurt based off of what Haywood was saying to Cooper in the hospital. And then that led him to aided him towards his decision. Especially because he keeps having these damn flashbacks of him, or these visions or whatever the hell it is, of him talking to Jack, and Jack is like, "Go big, play Haywood, double with Cooper." Yeah. But you gonna let your feelings get involved and go away from what you know is right. Like, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I agree. Let me actually provide the context. Cooper's concerned that Westhead doesn't fuck with him. Spencer tells him he is the nervousest cat in a building full of people dying, which is absolutely hilarious. I'm probably gonna start using that. And obviously ironic considering they're apparently fighting for minutes. Mm-hmm. Spencer tells Coop that any fool can even see his talent, even Westhead, who happens to be standing right behind him.
Like, bro, that come on, man. Come on. Now, like, let's not even mention the fact that you've been running around here bumbling all over your words ever since this happened to Jack.
Yeah. Like,
you've instilled absolutely no confidence in yourself from the team.
Yeah.
The entire time you've been here. So I guess that's Spencer Haywood's fault. Mm-hmm. Second of all, what did he say? He said even you can recognize that Michael Cooper has talent. All right. Well, all right. He said it in a way that he probably wouldn't have said it if he knew you was standing there, but it's not that bad of a statement, man. There's no reason to get that butthurt over it.
Better that he call you a fool than literally anything worse that he could have said.
He didn't even he said any fool could see it, even Westhead, which I guess is still a roundabout way of calling somebody a fool, but It just wasn't that bad to me, man. I don't think it was a private conversation. He was trying to make Michael Cooper feel better.
Yeah, which is commendable because I don't know a lot of vets who would do that.
It didn't have much to do with you at all.
Yeah. Yep. Cindy brings by flowers since Magic couldn't make it, which was awkward to say the least. Dr. Day in the next scene offers to decline companies for Magic since he can't muddy up that $1 million smile.
Yeah, bro, well, I guess he didn't ask her to send the flowers, but
yeah, no, she did that on her.
But if she didn't do it, and everybody just would have noticed that you wasn't there, would that have been better?
No.
Like, I don't think it would have been better for you to not send anything and not show up,
especially for what he was doing. He was going to secure the bag while everybody else is showing up for their coach in his time of need.
Yeah, I feel like they would have understood. Shoe companies, y'all watch the news, right? Y'all know what's going on.
Especially since that has huge implications for whether or not he's going to be a star. It's your coach. He's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Dr. Day successfully negotiates a deal with Converse, gaining him a $100,000 payday after Bird got $90,000. Magic pitches the words "The Magic" on the pair of All-Stars, which he learned from Nike, which the Converse team doesn't seem very impressed with.
No, they seem very, all right, boy, we'll slap your face on the box, but that's about it. Now get on out of here and take your $100,000.
You know?
It's exactly what that owner sounded like. And damn. Like, first of all, if Larry Bird is worth $90,000, Magic Johnson's worth $150, not $100.
Mm-hmm.
If you think you're only $10,000 worth of more marketable than a guy named Larry Bird,
who doesn't have a nickname as cool as fucking Magic,
you are Magic. He's Larry. We trying to sell shoes. Who you think is more marketable?
Facts.
Okay. Cornfed white boy from Indiana
who shoots threes.
Storybook story all the way from Lansing, Michigan to sunny sunshine, L.A.
And an extremely flashy passer.
Kind of sells itself, man.
You know?
Should have went with Nike, dog. Should have went with Nike.
Dr. Buss explains how much of a tough person his mother was in raising him. Jeanie is apologetic because she didn't warn Jerry that she had a condition, and he tells her to get it together, which he tells her that, but seems like it was much more for him because at that moment you could see he was kind of breaking down.
Yeah, he's in denial.
Yeah.
He's in denial. It's a sad thing. His mom's going through it. He's just in denial about it, and he can't really deal with it the way he probably should because he got all the shit going on with the Lakers.
Yep. Paul Westhead, not learning from his debacle with the press, delivers even more Shakespeare to get the guys ready for the big game without Jack, and it just leaves them confused as well. Westhead then makes the decision to start Coop, and Haywood is embarrassed since now he's riding Pine. Thinking that his comments earlier insulted Westhead, leading to this decision, Paul reassured him that it's just a basketball decision with the absolute worst poker face ever.
Fam. And then it's like, so in the midst of you being inexperienced and no one in believing you and you not even believing in yourself, you're going to start a spat with Spencer Haywood? Like, this reeks of, hey, no, I'm the white boy in charge. You can't do that to me. Don't show me up like that. I'll show you, black man.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. I don't want to believe that about Paul Westhead, but it's kind of what it felt like. It's like you have everything stacked against you. A vet like Spencer Haywood is something that you need. Cap is not even going to talk to you.
Yeah. And
Magic Johnson thinks you're a joke. So the one vet that would be amenable to listening to you and talking to you, you're going to have a vendetta against him because he called you a name, because he called you a fool.
It's also funny that he's willing to have this spat with Spencer Haywood, but literally nothing else would indicate that he would be this petty.
Nothing. You've been weak, meager. You've been trying to hype up the team with poetry. But when it comes to Spencer Haywood, you know how to put him in his place. I didn't like that. I wasn't fond of that.
Storm and Norm Nixon, along with
Storm and Norman,
wonders if Magic's girl is playing the game for him tonight since she makes all the moves. Not really sure why they didn't give this smoke to Coop first, considering his girl was out there fixing the car.
Because his girl don't play.
Unpacking all his shit when she got there.
Because if they say something about Miss Cooper, she going to pull up and square up with him in the parking lot.
That's a fact.
They ain't scared of Cindy. They scared of Miss Cooper.
That's a fact. While Jeanie is showing Cindy to her seats, Magic finds a way to exploit Dr. Day's greed and business savvy quite a bit. Magic doesn't want Cindy in the picture, so not only does he want to break up with her, he wants Dr. Day to do it in exchange for getting paid in due time.
He's
He's not even getting paid yet.
Bad man. Hey, you said it. I can't be messing up my image giving out bad news. I'll try to let her down easy. That nigga's nuts. Not only did he do that, but where did he go after that, Josh? Where the fuck did he head off to after he dumped his daughter for her boyfriend?
Dr. Day meets up with Cookie on campus at Michigan State. He provides her with tickets to the Laker game. Confused about why Magic ain't wrapped around Cindy's finger, she responds that she'll think about it. But this is all too wild because that is her father that is now asking out a completely different woman for him.
Fam, you see what that money will make you do? Don't worry, I'll go break up with my daughter and then fly back to Michigan to go get your other girlfriend and bring her to the Laker game.
Who you eventually marry.
Do you see what that money will make you do? Hey, I swear to God, boy, I don't know if I can be that rich or even be around that much money because, you just start acting crazy. That shit is nuts. Your daughter, your blood, flesh of your fresh, your rib.
Yeah. Now, I think in real life, the person who Cindy's supposed to portray, Magic did end up having a kid with her.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to have a kid by Cindy because it's like Cindy is one of them girls that's like, you don't have to show her affection in traditional ways. She's going to take any type of advance or acknowledgement or any type of love as her validation. Mm-hmm. She don't need a lot. Cookie needs more. Cookie wants all of Earvin before she commits to him. Yeah. All right. They're different women. So where that leaves Magic is in an advantageous position to take advantage. Yep. Yeah, it just is what it is. But yeah, no, I can see that as clear as day. You can say you're not gonna mess with Cindy all you want. We'll see when you on the road and Cindy just happened to be in town, or we'll see when she pull up with her dad on a business trip or something like that. It's gonna happen. So, we'll see.
According to the show, Magic has, well, not even according to the show, I guess Magic has a weakness for women, like very clear.
Yeah, so. and it's not even like he's not really getting caught up because he ain't settled with nobody. So it's like I'm doing whatever. I'm good. Like,
also in the tunnel, Richard Pryor and Dr. Mike invite Spencer Haywood to a post-game party complete with white bitches, 7-Up, and cocaine.
We got white bitches, 7-Up, and cocaine. Now that sounds like some shit Richard Pryor would say.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh shit! What is the 7-Up for? It's just in case we get thirsty, just to hydrate.
Mike Epps does that where he lists the most random things amongst some normal things. While at the hospital, Jack stops breathing, causing his wife to freak out. Eventually, however, he ends up waking up to tell Paul to go big against Denver. Problem is, Paul and the Lakers played Denver 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn, like 10 games and passed by now. That's some crazy shit because he was rolling. They was like 8 or 9-0. Mm-hmm. So then the first thing you think about is like, damn, the team. All right, go big against Thompson. That was 2 weeks ago. Fuck.
Yeah, no. It is what it is, though.
That's sick.
That kind of shows how dedicated he was.
Yeah.
Even if it probably didn't happen that way specifically, I'm sure he didn't probably wake up and then the first thing he said was that.
It
still shows how dedicated he was.
It's heartbreaking, man, because he doesn't end up being the guy. Mm-hmm. So it's like, damn. Like I had it. It was right there. It slipped through my fingers if I wasn't riding that damn bike.
Yeah. But I mean, at least it seems like he does eventually get the credit for creating what becomes the backbone of the Showtime Lakers.
Sure. I just, how it started for him, how everything fell in place. It just kind of felt like he was destined to lead in that team. And then now, what we know now is just that wasn't the case.
Yeah. and no part to anything that he's done.
Yeah, no, man, it was just unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then obviously that final scene with Cookie was just
nuts.
Crazy. Again, he's not getting paid to do any of this either. At least as of yet.
And I'm looking at her too, like, you like that shit, don't you? You like that toxic shit. Look at you smiling and shit. You like that shit.
Oh man. Meanwhile, her friend is like, man, you better go.
If you don't go, Cookie, I'ma go. Oh, that's right.
Shit. But no, great episode though.
No, yeah, no, for sure. Definitely giving us a different view, different perspectives. I feel like it's been pretty balanced outside of Jerry West portrayal. But I mean, hey, look, it is what it is, man. I'm for one. If you know what certain relationships are, and I would say people with money in Hollywood and LA, that those are relationships that you know that exist. I think you know who to talk about publicly and not who to talk about publicly, especially being in the position of where you've been within the Lakers organization for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And so you take your shots. Eventually, them chickens gonna come home to roost. So, but outside of that, it's been pretty balanced, I feel like, and some pretty good performances.
I like the person who plays Magic. I think he's doing a really good job.
John C. Reilly has been great.
Yeah. Obviously, Storm and Norm Nixon, person playing him.
Adrian Brody as Pat Riley has been pretty enjoyable. Make sure you give us your thoughts in the comments below on episode 6 of Winning Time.
Memento Mori.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Come back next week for another review.
And like the man said, make sure you subscribe because we like to talk about Winning Time literally every week it comes out. Well, a week behind, but whatever.
That's HBO Max's fault.
Facts. Make sure you check out the playlist. We've discussed episode 1 through 6 of Winning Time. And like I said, subscribe for more.